Welcome back. We're Mark and Bev, and this is The Good Life, and you join us as we continue our exploration of the beautiful County Mayo. Let's just say though, in this episode, not everything goes quite to plan, but we're still having a ball anyway. We've come into the town of Westport, which looks very nice actually. So we're literally just having a mooch around. Oh, something got very dark. That's better. Yeah, so we're having a mooch around. There looks to be a lot of places to eat and drink, so we'll probably get some lunch here.
So there's more shops there, might be a cafe.
I think we're going to have to find somewhere that we can sit outside, because I don't think anywhere lets you in with dogs. We're finding Ireland just a little bit tricky for eating if you've got dogs, because nowhere lets you in with dogs. Pubs or cafes so far that we've found, unless we're missing something, which means sitting outside, which is alright if there's outside seating, but not a lot of places in Westport seem to have a lot of outside seating. So we'll keep looking. So we managed to get something to eat. We've just stepped out of the town into a visitor space called Westport House. Don't know what's down here, we're just going to go and have a look, but it's nice and green. We're on the Emerald Isle, everything's green, isn't it?
I think Westport House is 1.6 miles. It's K from here. And this takes us to it.
What is it, do you know?
I don't know. It follows the river course through green space down eventually to the quay, but before that is Westport House.
Okay, we'll go and discover what it is. Have an explore.
I could Google it, but let's explore.
The green behind you is so vibrant, Mark. So we drove down to Westport Quay, but there's no overnight parking here, and we need to find somewhere to park up for the night, and we've never done wild parking before, so we're going to go and see if we can find somewhere to park. I've had a look on Park for Night and also search for sites, and there's a couple of options, but we're going to go and have a look. It's that kind of first time doing something, you're never quite as confident, are you?
For 2 kilometres.
I love all the different coloured houses. They're really bright and cheerful. Okay, so we found a parkup. Do you need me to watch you put the thing? We found a parkup. It's called Jack's Old Cottage, and he opens it up to campervans and motorhomes. We found it on search for sites, and it's between Westport and Castlebar. And it's an old restored cottage. I'm just going to take you for a walk around. I've not been in yet, so we'll be seeing this at the same time together. So I've called him to say, are we all right to stay here? And he said absolutely. There's a donation box, and he's going to pop by and see us in a little while. Oh my word, look at this. It's 2 years old, he's restored it, but it's open, you can just walk in. Wow, this is amazing. Got spinning wheel, and that's the view out of the window there over County Mayo. Not spinning yarns. This is just brilliant. There you go. Visitors book, donations. Look at the model of the old cottage. Oh, what a find! Big old fireplace. Look at the little bedroom there, the little bed in the corner. All the beautiful blue and white willow pattern china. This is amazing. Amazing. Another bedroom. It smells old. It's got that slight feistiness, but I think obviously just an old building. How sweet is Island Edie in the springtime of the year, when the hawthorn is whiter than the snow. As the walkers all assemble and the air is all a-tremble, they ramble to Jack's cottage, fast and slow. As they hit the roads again with their high-vis jackets on, you'll smile to hear the joy the breezes bring. The sun begins to dance and all Joe's donkeys prance. How sweet is Island Edie in the spring. Castlebar 100 years ago. The old clock's ticking. Old squeeze box. A few jigs and reels. Smithwick's ale, Guinness. I love old black and white photographs. Let me see if I can get this. Absolutely brilliant. Look at the stable door there. And that's the view from the cottage. What else have we got around here? Apparently there's a function room here as well. A corrugated bit behind, so you know, maybe not the prettiest setting away from the cottage, the bits around it, but wow, 200-year-old cottage. And that's our parkup for the night. I don't know what this little bit is here. This is actually padlocked up. That's what we got through here. Oh, that looks like the kitchen. I couldn't see the kitchen from inside. Or could I? Maybe I could. Maybe there was a door I didn't see. Let's just have another little look. No, there wasn't. Unless, can I get through here? What's in here? Ah, this is the function room, look. Still can't see what's in that room there. You must obviously have to get in from the outside. What a gem of a find. Our first ever search for sites, park for night type stopover. We've never done one. We've done pub stops, that's it. I feel like this is a little gem. So although this one had a padlock on, I thought it was locked. It wasn't. So this just looks like it's all his tools and things. Was this the kitchen, do you reckon?
Well, I just think it's not so much tools as memorabilia, isn't it, really?
Yeah, well, there's all the tools up on the wall. Look over there.
Yeah, but I don't think they're in-use tools. It's just
loads of memorabilia. Look at this old cooker.
It's just artifacts of a bygone age. Yeah, there's a sentence for
Artifacts of a bygone age. The house is great, Mark. The old gazundas under the bed.
Trusting, just to leave it all open.
Olivia, Barley and Martha from McDonough. Great place. Shall I sign us in?
I'll go in. 23rd, so 23rd, Monday the 23rd.
23rd of the 6th, 25. Bev and Mark. Very good. Address. Lincolnshire. Amazing place. I thought that was a mangle, but it looks more like a mincer. I'm not sure. Looks like a mincer of some sort. For mincing meat.
Yeah, I think so as well. Because that spiral takes things in that way, and those teeth would cut it. I think it's for mincing meat.
It's not ever so flat, but we've put up on one ramp, and I think that's got us reasonably flat. That bike's got marginally more rust on it than mine. Now, why do you think there's a road sign there when it doesn't lead up to anywhere other than grass? So part of the reason I wanted to come to this part of Ireland is because my heritage, my grandmother on my mother's side was born in a little village called Strade, which is just outside Castlebar in County Mayo. And I'm just in the process of trying to get my Irish citizenship through the Foreign Born Register, which I can do because my grandmother was Irish. But she's long past, and my mum is long past, so I haven't really been able to talk to anybody about my heritage really. But my brother has done a lot of work in sort of mapping out the family tree, and he recently got his Irish citizenship, which has enabled him to move to Cyprus to live as an EU citizen. It's the strangest thing though. I've always had a very strong affinity for my Irish roots. I've always kind of loved Irish traditions, and I've got a real thing for traditional Irish music, and it feels lovely coming over here. Tomorrow we're heading to Castlebar, so I want to see if I can visit Strade as well. I don't obviously know where the house was that they lived in, and I'm sure as we're going back over 100 years it's probably long since demolished, but I think it'll just be nice to visit where, you know, where my kind of heritage originated. So we got a slight problem. We didn't realise, but the fresh water tap on the van has broken somewhere between us filling the tank up full this morning before leaving the campsite and getting to our parkup tonight. We have lost every scrap of water out of the tank. So we thought we had a full tank, we have absolutely none. The parkup that we're at is brilliant. There is a toilet facility here. Is it an outside toilet?
It's an outside loo with cold running water.
And we've got a bit of cold running water, but we can't really fill the tank up because the tap is broken. It'll just leak out again. So we're boiling kettles to do the washing up from our dinner. It's all a little bit chaotic really. They do say whenever you own a van, just be prepared to solve problems. What's really interesting though is about 2 minutes away from this parkup, as we were driving here, we saw a campervan and caravan repair place literally on the doorstep. So they open at 10 o'clock tomorrow. We're going to see if we can get in with them and see if they've got a spare tap, and hopefully, fingers crossed, everything will be all good. But yeah, just a little bit chaotic, isn't it?
Yes, you had to work around, so to speak.
Yes, if we'd been a bit quicker, there was actually a Pilates class going on in the hall where we're staying, And if we'd been a bit quicker, we could have probably popped in there and got some water just to wash up with. We have got about probably about 3 litres of drinking water in these bottles. We've got 2 of these 2-litre bottles, and they are brilliant. And we normally keep those full of fresh drinking water. Thankfully, we filled up with those as well before we left the campsite this morning. But other than that, we're just going to get ready for bed, and if we have to wash up with a kettle, so be it. I think we're about to learn a lesson in water conservation, so which seems a bit bizarre, because I don't know if you can hear this, but it is absolutely blowing a hoolie outside, and it is shocking it down. I mean, we are in Ireland, right? But anyway, we'll talk to you tomorrow, because right now we've got to kind of figure out how to wash up all of our dishes. It is very dark in here because we're conserving our electricity because we're off grid, but we've got a bit of an issue. Good morning. Right, so we had a bit of a challenging night last night. As I already mentioned, we'd lost all of our water, and then we've always worried that the van wasn't great to take off grid. We didn't know how good the battery was, and it did fail us last night. It literally had no power, so we spent the evening with no water and no power. Thankfully, I've got some USB battery operated string lights, so they gave us some light, and we were able to do stuff, you know, on gas, so that was all right. But we've had to come to Halfords in Castlebar to pick up a brand new leisure battery, which Mark's just got now. There we go. Right.
It's bloody heavy.
But no problem getting one.
No. So she will dispose of the other one. She just bring it back anytime, no charge.
Right, have we got time to swap those over before we get to the vet?
Well, if we get to the vet and we have time, we can do it there. Let's get to the vet.
Yeah, okay. So we've also got a 10 o'clock appointment at a vet's in Castlebar to get the dogs their pet passports. So today is definitely an admin day. Oh, is that a bit heavy? You're huffing and puffing.
She said, do you want me to carry that out for you? I said, no, I'll do that. Bless her.
She might have thought you were a little old man.
I am a little old man.
So hopefully that means we'll have some power. We're booked onto a campsite tonight. Well, I think it's a campsite. It's on Achill Island, and I think it's more of a parkup with services, so I guess a kind of an air. But I've booked that already because we thought, right, we can't afford to do a second night off grid if we've got no power and no water. Bayek. What did the lady in Halford say? You're on holiday, you've got no water, you've got no power, you've got to take the dogs to the vet, and it's chucking it down with rain.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. And it has been a happy holiday, to be fair. We won't let a little bit of rain, no power, no water. We won't let that get us down. Is that about 26 kilo?
Yeah, but the worst thing is it's an angle. I'm not going straight up and down.
Yeah, just watch your back.
Reach across. So Google, which one should I connect first? The live or the neutral? It's always the opposite the way I think it should be. Always connect the positive first. Right.
Which one's that? Live?
Yeah, live. Positive first.
With our power restored, we headed back toward Jack's old cottage to the caravan repair shop that we'd passed. Unfortunately, the guy was having a knee operation, so he wasn't there, so headed back to Halfords to find a bodge repair kit for the water tap.
So that's our fresh water drain tap.
Snapped at the top, hasn't it?
So that's closed. And that's open, but there's a hole, and that leads straight to the tank. So we fill the tank, water just comes out. We tried another place, but they don't sell them. So what I'm going to do as a temporary These are car bodywork parts from Halfords. That diameter hopefully is about the same size as that, and it's serrated. So I'm going to cover that in silicone, insert it in, silicone around the head, so around there, and then belt and braces, bit of PTE tape around, well, not PVC tape, just as belt and braces hold it on while it all sets.
Okay, right.
And hopefully that'll get us watertight until we can get a better repair or get home.
Okay.
It's a bit Heath Robinson.
Oh, you do with what you can while you can, don't you?
Yes.
Make do and mend.
There's no point sparing the tape. I've got plenty of this tape back home. I might as well just use it all if there's going to be any chance of. There we go. So we won't put any water in that until much later. Give it a good chance to seal up. They reckon 10 to 15 minutes for this, however, you know. There's a bit of dampness further under, but I think that's the culprit.
So after a busy and slightly stressful morning, we didn't really fancy wandering around another town. So instead, we headed to the Greenway walk in Castlebar to stretch our legs and clear our heads. It was just what we needed. It was peaceful, scenic, a little bit breezy, but the perfect way to reset. It's a bit windy. Very pretty though. Show you the hair's doing. From there, we made our way to the Museum of Irish Country Life. We didn't go inside, apart from the fact that the dogs probably wouldn't have been too impressed. They didn't let dogs in anyway, but we really enjoyed walking around and exploring the grounds and just taking in this really beautiful setting. And before we hit the road again, we made a quick stop to admire the impressive round tower at Turlock. It's one of the best preserved in Ireland, and it just kind of feels like it stood guard over the landscape for centuries. Next up, Achill Island, and that's where we'll be headed in our next video. So if you've enjoyed this one, please consider giving us a thumbs up and a like, and if you want to make sure that you don't miss future videos, hit that notification bell and hit the subscribe button, and it all helps the algorithm to get our content out to the people who want to see it. We'll talk to you again next week. Take care.